Hi students, last lecture we have studied evidences regarding to the evolution, and with that we have studied Darwin's theory of natural selection. Now we are looking forward the theory of Lamarckism. Lamarckism is also known as theory of inheritance of acquired characters. Now first we will discuss some information of scientist Jean-Baptiste Lamarck, who proposed the theory of Lamarckism. Lamarck proposed that the activities of the organisms are responsible for their evolution. This French naturalist proposed that each animal or plant undergo some changes in its lifespan, and those changes are transferred to the next generation, and such changes occur in next subsequent generations too. Jean-Baptiste Lamarck proposed that morphological changes occurring in living organisms are responsible for evolution, and the reason behind those morphological changes is activities or laziness of that organism. He called this concept as principle of use or disuse of organs. Further, he said that the neck of giraffe has become too long due to browsing on leaves of tall plants by extending their neck for several generations. Another one example is given by the Lamarck is shoulders of the ironsmith have become very strong due to frequent hammering movements. Again, one example is given by him is wings of birds like ostrich and emu have become weak due to no use. Legs of the birds like swan and dove have become useful for swimming due to the living in water, and snakes have lost their legs by modifications in their body for burrowing habit. All these examples are types of acquired characters and are transferred from one to the another generation. This is called as theory of inheritance of acquired character or Lamarckism. So, understood everyone why Lamarckism is also known as the theory of inheritance of acquired characters. Development of organs due to specific activities or their degeneration due to no use at all was widely accepted, but transfer of those characters from generation to generation was rejected because it had been verified many times that modifications brought in us are not transferred to the next generation, and thereby Lamarck's theory was disproved. Lamarck's theory of evolution, also called as theory of inheritance of acquired characters. It was rejected since he suggested that the acquired character which an organism gains through its life experiences are transferred to its next generation, which is not possible since acquired character does not bring any change to an individual's set of the genes. The living organism can transfer the characters which it has acquired to the next generation, and this is called as ancestry of acquired character. Now observe the given picture on the screen. This is the first example which is given by the Lamarck. In the case of giraffe, Lamarck believed that giraffes once had short necks that got progressively longer as members of each subsequent generation stretched their necks as long as they could. In doing so, Lamarck believed that each generation would grow slightly longer necks and pass that trait on to their offspring. The figure depicts the concept proposed by Lamarck. He suggested that the activities of the organisms are responsible for their evolution. Each animal or plant undergo some changes in its lifespan, and those changes are transferred to the next generation, and such changes occur in the next subsequent generations too. Long neck of giraffe is an example of acquired characters. The neck of giraffe has become too long due to browsing on leaves of tall plants by extending their neck for several generations. Now the next point is speciation. First we will see the definition of it. Formation of new species of plants and animals due to evolution is called as speciation. In short, speciation means the formation of new and distinct species in the course of evolution. Darwin has proposed that speciation is due to evolution. Scientists think that geographic isolation is a common way for the process of speciation to begin. Each species has its own specific geographical conditions. There is difference in the food, habitat, reproductive ability and period, etc. Such genetic variation helps in the formation of new species from old one. Moreover, geographical and reproductive changes are responsible for speciation. Species is the group of organisms that can produce fertile individuals through natural reproduction. Therefore, they get isolated from other species and are not able to perform reproduction with them. You will also gain a sense of why speciation is an important area of study of speciation. Speciation provides the framework for evolutionary biologists to understand and organize the Earth's biodiversity, and it gives us a way to look back into our own evolutionary history. And it also discovers that we are related to all life on this planet. Up to here we have studied about the evidences of evolution, and in evidences of evolution total 6 evidences we have studied there. In that, morphological evidences are there, second one is anatomical evidences, third one is vestigial organs, fourth one is paleontological evidences, fifth one is connecting link, and last evidence is related to the embryological evidences. With these evidences, we have studied about the two theories given by the Darwin and the Lamarck. The first one theory is Darwin's theory of natural selection. This theory is also known as the natural selection, which preaches the survival of the fittest. And the second name of the theory is Lamarckism. This is also known as theory of inheritance of acquired character. With these all evidences and these theories, we have studied about the speciation also.